One of my favorite highlights in my career, gonna make barking noises and then they call it like Doge. Does this still exist? I mean, did he get canceled yet?
Yo, raise 'em, raise 'em.
I think it's the evolution of where we're going with collectibles, with art. We are 100% inevitably going in the digital space. This is a perfect opportunity for me to be able to be creative. So teamed up with an artist and we dropped that collection. Spent 5 months putting together, and we dropped it at the prime time of when NFTs were on this crazy rise. And now it's correcting, but I think it's in a healthy correction. This is correcting in a way where it's going to become more sustainable, and eventually I think we're all going to have digital wallets and all be carrying around some form of an NFT, whether it's a utility or an piece of art or other function, but it'll be part of culture for sure. One of my favorite highlights in my career, I think moving to Vegas is a highlight for sure, just coming out here. Then I got to really focus more on my family and more like the things around me that are closer to me. Before I was touring like 15 years, 250 shows a year. And then moving here, it allowed me to spend more time with like the people close to me. I keep my mind wide open, just like with the NFT. The introduction of NFTs was something exciting and new. I'm always keep my ears to the ground and my eyes, very open-minded as to what's on the frontier, on the horizon. And I also push my team to also be more experimental and think outside the scope. So I'm always up for something new. The challenges are there. I love the challenge, and I love collaborating. I love working outside of my space. Yeah, each album has a completely different world, and depending on what it is, I've kind of structured around that. So with Neon Future, that's more about cross-genre collaborations, to the point where I'm collaborating outside of music and bringing on scientists and, doing a song with Bill Nye, doing a song with J.J. Abrams, as well as doing a song with BTS, and then doing a song with Daddy Yankee. Colony was all about hip-hop. So every single record in there, every song in there was a hip-hop collaboration. And since I collaborate across so many genres, it allows me to be diverse and not be so pigeonholed. And I love that, being able to work with different languages and cultures and sounds and music genres. It just makes my life more fun. There's always something new. That's what's exciting. There's always a new way to interpret, and every time you get in the studio or you work in a different space with someone else, you're always going to come up with a new process. By the nature of being, the conversation is going to change. The dialogue is going to be different. The way we're going to start it's not always okay, we always start with A and then we go to B. It's sometimes we're going to start with M and then go down to G. It just, you have to be completely free. So young Steve in 2021, what I would say is that don't compare yourself to everyone else, because you just have to show yourself, your true self, out to the world and experiment and try many things. Just put your passion forward and let your voice heard and be heard, and and not worry about the likes and not worry about the views, and just do it because you love it. My house is all about fun. It's called AOKI's Playhouse. I have a foam pit, trampoline room. I have this jump that goes into the pool we're just talking about. If you're gonna work with me in the studio, jump in the pool first, and then something completely different will come out of you in the vocal booth if you do that first. So I kind of always Migos jumped in, Quavo, T-Pain jumped in. He caught a crazy verse after that, crazy hook. Just the energy's different when you come to AOKI's Playhouse, and that's what I want to get. Yeah, the Daft Punk show in 2007 was, it just, what it did for me was it made me believe that the DJ, that someone in the electronic space actually can rival and bring as many people and can make people feel so incredibly alive. These guys make me feel more sensations and emotional impulses and feeling than seeing a band. You know, so I'm like, wow, that gave me a lot of aspirational hope as an artist to be able to know that, hey, I have a ceiling that can actually reach as high as I possibly can go. I want my show to be as experiential as any other show out there outside of DJing. And I'm constantly trying to think of how to evolve that too. Well, I've just started playing shows. I was in Miami. I just played down there, and it felt like, you know, it's just COVID's gone. You know, I mean, I'm vaccinated, so I feel like, you know, if more and more people get vaccinated, then it's become safer to be in these gathering settings. That's just how I feel about it. You know, maybe they could do vaccination events or something. I don't know, festivals where if you're vaccinated, you can come. You know. We're a social species. We need to be around each other. We're not meant to be isolated. Humans are not meant to be isolated. That's why gatherings exist. That's why festivals are such a big part of culture. It's part of, like, you know, going out and being around people that you don't know. You can't take that away from the human experience. It's gonna come back, certainly. And I think it's gonna come back a lot sooner than people think. Yeah, that's the great thing about this collaboration with Elon, is that you have no idea whether we're just gonna make barking noises and then call it like Doge or whatever. I don't know what it's gonna be, but the whole point of it is that it's supposed to be like this experimental space of where we can just go into any lane we want. And I don't know exactly what it is, but I love that. I prefer not to know. It's like, we'll lay all the tools out, and then, you know, instead of picking a wrench, we'll pick a hammer today and do something. Maybe like sculpt a statue instead. And that's like, and the sounds of that become the samples of a song. You just don't know where it's gonna go, and I love that.
Hey, yo, raise 'em, raise 'em.
Crypto. Neon Future. Hooters. I'm just kidding. Benihana's. How could I just pick Hooters? Chess. I love Bill. I'm a big Bill fan, but Elon Musk. Kanye. Reality. A Squirtle.